Well, I think it started with you, didn't it?
Yeah, I think I had the idea.
Yeah, you did.
And then I mentioned it to you.
You did, yeah.
It was a very simple idea, which was after the National Theatre, wouldn't it be good to go and do the commercial theatre?
Both of us felt that there's never really been any need to make a distinction between popular and good, between popular and ambitious. Challenging the idea that the commercial theatre had to be in the West End, no particular reason why it should be in the West End.
This is one of many conversations that I've had with Nick Starr and Nick Hytner over the years about, the possibilities of the perfect theatre space. What would it look like? What would it feel like? What would the capacity be? And finding the bridge site was an opportunity to put that into practice. And we realised that the space was actually an almost perfect fit for the sort of space we'd been imagining together.
The shows we're going to produce have a real eye on the popular audience. We really want to give the audience a good time, and that good time is very often going to involve challenging them, being ambitious about the stuff we put in front of them.
The whole auditorium comes in 57 pieces. So it splits down into towers and seating galleries. So it could be built in a factory and then brought to site and assembled. And they arrive on an enormous truck, and then they're put onto a big sort of monorail which goes through the space. And then they're picked up by a big Tonka toy, which offers them up to the exact position where they should be bolted into place. And there they sit.
You can bring the stage right out into the auditorium, take the seats out, reorientate the seats, turn the seats round, you can pick them up and bolt them, put them down again.
You don't have to knock around the show to fit the theatre. You can adapt the theatre to fit the show. The first show we do, Young Marks, by Richard Bean and Clive Coleman, actually that's going to be end-on. People will sit in rows. The second show, Julius Caesar, we're taking out all the seats in the stalls and it's going to be promenade. The people who are watching will also become the mob.
One of the reasons why theatre still thrives is because you want that sense of direct human contact. You want to be in communion with the performance, and the performers want to be in communion with the audience. And there are very few other media where you can actually do that.
We are working on the assumption that we can get about 100,000 people to see everything we do. Making great new stuff for the wider audience that doesn't necessarily go to the theatre all the time. But mostly what we're going to do is commission from writers that have things to say that they know that can be said in a punchy, attractive way. What we want to do is provide the best possible evening out, at the centre of which is the best possible show.